One of my biggest pet peeves with politicians, people in media, celebrities, is when they are not principled, meaning that they're not consistent. And as I have been watching the RJC committee with Levin, Mark Levin, Josh Hammer, Randy Fine, all these political commentators, Ben Shapiro, who are coming out and railing against Tucker Carlson as if he's a member of the Third Reich, is alarming. Because in one breath, we just watched all of you say that this rhetoric was dangerous and caused the apparent schmurder of Charlie Kirk, but then in the other, are advocating to neutralize someone based on the fact that they just have questions and they're doing the most American thing I can think of. Having conversations with people they don't agree with. I mean, did we rail against, I forgot who this was, it was that famous person who spent all this time with the KKK leader and he actually got him to convert his ideology, like the Grand Wizard guy. I forgot, I should have looked that up before I made this statement. But did we rail against that guy for hanging out and platforming the Grand Wizard? No, we applauded him for trying to shift his perspective just by existing and then listening to how he became the way he became and why. And it's just so alarming to me, honestly, how crazy these people sound. Calling Tucker Carlson the new Pied Piper for the HITLER youth? Are you kidding? And a lot of it reminds me, since I'm a 9/11 kid, like I said, I was 15 years old when it happened in high school, and a lot of the sentiment around people who were apprehensive into going into Iraq was you're anti-American if you aren't going along with this program, this Bush Cheney program. May God not have mercy on that man's soul, by the way. Did not shed a tear for that war criminal. Ugh, the world's a better place. Um, I just can't believe, like, in one breath, you're sitting there, like, in 2020, railing against the woke BS and saying, we need more conversations, we need free speech, and what are they so afraid of, and yada, 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 yada. And then you're also saying, then, this rhetoric caused the schmurder of Charlie Kirk, and we need to be careful with our words, and then turn your face the other way, and this person's generating the next HITLER youth. He's an anti Semite. Is he? I don't think so. I think they are terrified of the anti war left and right coming together, per usual, and not supporting that, oh, wonderful, excuse me, ally of ours. It's gross. And if we don't recognize the MAGA movement as it was supposed to be, it's because you shifted your principles. We didn't. You did. And we're not shifting our principles on anti war sentiment, anti intervention sentiment. Sorry for you. And we don't equate a foreign government with a religion of people who practice it here in America. That has nothing to do with a foreign government committing a genocide in our name with our weapons. I mean, is this really that complicated for you people to understand why you're, by the way, losing elections now? The midterms? For, I mean, this, like, midterm, shall I say? Midterm? Like, the Democrats swept every state. Now, there are some bellwether states like Virginia and Georgia that could have went either way, but they didn't. Why? Because the I country is a major issue, and it's not anti-Semitic. To say that, why are we supporting this? And what happened to the Trump administration? Because it ain't looking like what it sounded like when we were sold to vote for this. I'll tell you that much. And I'll tell you another thing. It's principled to keep remaining with the same ideals we went into this with, where we want to worry about our people, we want to care about our cities, we don't want to be sending over billions of dollars of weapons to commit war crimes in our name. Why is this complicated? Why is that anti-Semitic? It's not. Tucker's not. Candace is not. Nick Fuentes is, but he's an American and he has a right to his opinion, even if it's abhorrent. And Tucker pointed out that collectivism isn't a Christian thing. So if you're claiming you're a Christian, you have to look at people individually. At least that's what I thought we would do. I'm not a Christian, I'm a Catholic, but still, like, we have to judge everybody by their own individual character. And right now, A lot of characters in the Trump administration are grossly underperforming, and it shows. Hence this midterm. And they're going to keep losing if they don't get the message. And these people are going to keep ratcheting up the temperature and making claims, hyperbolic, ridiculous claims about their character and smearing them and saying they're the ones tearing apart the movement. No, you people are choosing to support another country over your own. And we don't like that. You people are happy to smear characters or watch your words depending on which way the wind blows. Good for you. No, we are pretty steadfast in our principles. We want to know where the Epstein list is and the crimes and the people on it. We want to know if there's foreign involvement in the murder of Charlie Kirk and who exactly planned this and was it an inside job. We want to know why Kash Patel told Tulsi Gabbard and Joe Kent to pound sand when they were looking into it. We want to know a whole lot, and we're not getting a whole lot. So, in the absence of getting information, you're just going to have to deal with, we didn't change the principles. You changed the principles on the dime because you support another country over your own. And I tell you what's not going to get you far or winning elections is smearing popular conservatives who have large platforms and a populist audience. Probably not going to win you a lot of brownie points. Probably going to repel the fuck out of people, like TPUSA is currently doing, and the RJC, and the Republican Party at large, except for a few handful who seem principled, like Thomas Massie. So you can keep this up, smearing, fear-mongering, rage-baiting. It just makes you look more disgusting and pathetic. But it's your elections to lose, my friends.